to Loomer and Steve Bannon and many others in MAGA, any immigrant is a bad immigrant because they've been sold the lie that immigrants are simultaneously lazy criminals while also stealing all our jobs and having the finances to buy up all our available houses. And because when taken in isolation and ignoring all facts to the contrary, it's a pretty easy line to make the logical leap to. We don't have enough houses. I've seen an immigrant neighbor buy their home. Therefore, all immigrants are buying up homes. And that's why Americans, specifically white Americans, are struggling. I can't find a job. I see immigrants working all over my town. Therefore, they have taken the jobs I could be working, and the lack of employment is their fault. I'm struggling financially. The government isn't helping me, but I'm watching my immigrant neighbor receive food stamps. That means immigrants are taking government handouts, and the government cares more about them than me. When you have a populace wherein 20% of them can't read above a 5th grade level, with a failing school system filled with overworked and increasingly underqualified teachers that themselves don't possess critical thinking skills, let alone the ability to teach them, then context and nuance get lost, and whoever commands the people's attention most readily will be able to connect the dots for them. And for much of America, that attention is grabbed by Fox News and by political leaders and billionaires on social media. So I'm not going to stoop to Elon Musk's level and say Americans are just all stupid. The systems have failed them at every turn, and then the people in charge of those failures have successfully pointed the blame towards immigrants. But now it's backfiring because people like Laura Loomer have taken that and run with it, because people who haven't been taught critical thinking skills are also prone to strict black and white thinking. All immigrants are bad. And so when those same people who have benefited from anti-immigrant bigotry, like Trump and Elon, who paid for Trump's election and made a fortune off that investment, say, wait, but there's nuance here. Some immigrants are good. It's too late. They have unintentionally benefited from and perpetuated a runaway train that is now dividing the MAGA base. For example, nearly in the same breath as saying that H-1B immigrants are good, Elon Musk this week took to Twitter to rail against House Democrats who voted against the Violence Against Women by Illegal Aliens Act, a deceptively named bill that criminalized what were already illegal and deportable offenses related to immigrants committing sexual assault, but that was so poorly and vaguely written that it would also include deportation of assault survivors. It was introduced by Nancy Mace, the same lady behind the anti-trans bathroom stunt, as a means to bait voters into thinking that Democrats are willing to protect immigrants no matter what, because she can introduce a trash heap of a bill with the right-sounding name and then point at the Democrats who actually read it and voted against it and say, these Democrats voted against the Violence Against Women by Illegal Aliens Act. They want immigrants to harm you. And Elon took the bait, hook, line, and sinker, calling on the American people to vote out all 158 Democrats who voted against the bill. It actually passed in the House, but went nowhere in the Senate and will need to be reintroduced in this new Congress to go anywhere. Nancy Mace, according to the Daily Beast, voted against reauthorizing the Violence Against Women Act in 2021, which actually protects women, unlike her sham bill.